I was speechless, realizing I had no way of reasoning with these people. Fine. If none of you believe that Noah is your son, let's go to the hospital and do another DNA test. Right now. I'll get Noah. Just as I turned to head toward our room, Eric grabbed my arm. Enough. You really want to drag this to the hospital? You aren't ashamed of this mess? I couldn't help but laugh. Why would I be ashamed? My conscience is clear. If you're so sure of yourselves, let's confirm it with another test. In the silence of the night, my words rang with a finality I hadn't felt before. Eric looked ready to argue, but Mrs. Carter cut him off. Why go to the hospital? We already have a report right here. Or is Jocelyn claiming her own husband and father-in-law are framing her? That's rich. How long have you been setting us up, Jocelyn? Her accusation, so illogical and spiteful, was a shock. I'd never seen Mrs. Carter so cold and cruel. Realizing that nothing I said would change a thing, I clenched my fists. After a long silence, Eric finally picked up the DNA report, barely glancing at it before tossing it at me. It's all here in black and white. Noah isn't Dad's blood relative. If he's my son, he'd have to be. Anything to add? Or are you saying the hospital faked this? I bit my lip. I don't know what went wrong with this report, but there's definitely something. If you believe me at all, let's do another test with Noah, and we'll settle this. Eric let out a bitter laugh. And why would I trust you over my own father? Those words left me frozen. I knew he wouldn't believe me, but hearing it hurt more than I thought it would. So, what now? I asked, my voice raw. Are you planning to throw us out of this house? At that, Mr. Carter exploded, standing up from his chair. So you admit it? I knew Eric shouldn't have married you in the first place. Raising another man's kid for 3 years. What are you going to do to pay us back? Mrs. Carter chimed in, exactly. I treated you and Noah like family, only to find out I was being lied to. Do you have any shame? I couldn't hold back anymore. When did I admit to anything? You're all just making accusations without proof. What do you want from me? Smack. Eric's hand met my face in a sharp slap. He glared at me. I'm giving you one last chance to tell the truth. Who is Noah's father? If you stay silent, I'll make sure the whole town hears what you've done. I rubbed my stinging cheek, my voice full of defiance. Go ahead and tell them. I have nothing to hide. Eric grabbed my collar, his voice full of venom. You think you can make a fool out of me? How long has this been going on? I should have known better than to marry a woman like you. I closed my eyes. Fine. Let's get a divorce. I'll take Noah since none of you care about him anyway. The idea of divorce seemed to set Eric off completely. Oh, you'd love that, wouldn't you? Take your bastard child and leave. Get out. I don't want to. The last thing I had to do.